So Team Biden's response to their self-made gas crisis is to raid our strategic petroleum reserve and release 50 million barrels of oil. The U.S. on average already consumes a little over 18 million barrels a day, so that's less than 3 days worth of oil. This grand plan by Biden will do absolutely nothing to bring the price of gas down. In fact, crude oil went up today after his announcement. Well, our gas prices are now at a 7-year high. And instead of taking responsibility for policies like shutting down drilling on federal lands, closing the Keystone Pipeline, old Joe is out there blaming everyone but himself for this catastrophe.
The big part of the reason Americans are facing high gas prices is because oil-producing countries and large companies have not ramped up the supply of oil quickly enough to meet the demand. My effort to combat climate change is not raising the price of gas or increasing its availability. What it's doing, it's increasing the availability of jobs.
He doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. It's not even worth the response. Here's what I fear. This is actually a devious plot to totally deplete our oil reserves. And then once oil skyrockets again, this anti-American administration will tell us we have no choice but to go to 100% green energy. Team Biden wants every fossil fuel producer out of business. You think energy is expensive now? Wait till that happens. Well, joining me now is Republican Congressman from Texas, a great oil-producing state. Pat Fallon is here. My friend, great to have you back on the show.
Grant STINCHFIELD, you're a great American. Thanks for having me.
I appreciate that. The feeling's mutual. So crude oil goes up today on his big announcement, by the way, Congressman. What do you make of Joe Biden and his plan here?
Well, Grant, he has made it very clear that he has declared war on energy. I mean, as you mentioned, for one of the first things he does when he takes office is he cancels the Keystone Pipeline. And he just had the audacity in the clip you just showed to talk about jobs. He was going to create jobs. He killed 80,000 well-paying jobs when he first got into office by killing the Keystone Pipeline. And then he has the audacity and the hypocrisy to remove all barriers for the Russians to complete the Nord Stream 2 pipeline into Europe. And if you're an environmentalist in the United States or anywhere in the world, you should want America to be producing as much energy as possible, because in the last 20 years, while we've increased production dramatically, we have reduced our emissions to greenhouse gases by 22%. So if you care about the environment, we have a rule of law. We have a strong environmental lobby. We have an independent judiciary. Russia didn't have that. China didn't have that. Venezuela didn't have that. And sure as heck, Iran doesn't.
And everything he's doing is put us reliant on those countries that you just named, which all happen to be enemies of ours. We're producing about 3 million barrels less than we were under President Trump now, which is part of the problem. He shuts down drilling in federal lands. The Arctic National Wildlife Refuge, which, by the way, if you put a quarter on a football field, that's about the amount of land you're drilling on in the Arctic National Wildlife Refuge. This could change with the stroke of a pen for him. Couldn't it, Congressman?
Yes, absolutely. I mean, again, we have a lot of energy. We're blessed in the United States to have, and our friends up north in Canada, to have a lot of energy if we can exploit it, if we can get to it. I mean, what you just said as well, Grant, is when Biden came in, he issued an executive order that said we're not going to issue any new leases on drilling offshore or on federal lands. That was a horrible move, and now Americans are paying the price. Go to the pump, and we are paying 60% more for fuel than we were last year. And home fuel, because, you know, in the winter up north. Sorry, go ahead, Grant.
It's skyrocketing. Home heating oil is skyrocketing as well. I want to play this quick soundbite, though, because our Energy Secretary Granholm claims that presidents can't affect gas prices. Listen to this.
The president does not control the price of gasoline. No president does. Over the past few weeks, we have seen oil prices fall nearly 10%, which is, again, I think, a testament to the president's leadership.
How many barrels of oil does the U.S. consume per day?
I don't have that number in front of me, sorry.
She doesn't know how many barrels we consume a day. She's the Energy Secretary, Congressman. Last word in about 30 seconds.
It's 18 million barrels a day. She doesn't know that question. But it's interesting. She just said, it's very telling. She said that the president doesn't affect the price of gasoline, and yet she took credit for the fact that it went down a few percentage points over the last couple of weeks. It has gone up dramatically because of his awful policies, because him and his leftist socialist allies have declared war on energy, and Americans have had enough. And we have a incoming Republican governor of Virginia for a reason, and we're going to see a red wave and a red tsunami come next November because socialist policies do not work.
Yeah. Congressman, you, sir, are a great defender of liberty. Thank you for coming on.
Grant, happy Thanksgiving. God bless you, brother.
You too, my man. We'll see you later.
Grant Stinchfield is on Newsmax every night, fighting for the America First agenda.